What if the biggest, most important war you'll ever fight isn't out there on some battlefield, but it's actually happening right inside your own head? That constant struggle for focus, for control over your own thoughts and impulses, it's a battle every single one of us faces every single day. Today, we're going to crack open an ancient spiritual text, the Vachnamrut, to uncover a timeless roadmap for winning this war within. And this question, man, it gets right to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? Just picture it. Your mind is like a curious little toddler. It doesn't know what's good for it. It sees something shiny and dangerous, like a flickering flame, and what does it do? It reaches right for it. So how do you possibly stop it? This is the core dilemma the Vachnamrut just dives straight into. And here's the catch-22, the trap we all fall into. If you just let your mind do what it wants, you get burned. Simple as that. But if you try to stop it cold, it throws a tantrum, it screams and fights back, and you end up miserable anyway. So no matter what you do, you suffer. It feels like this perfect, frustrating loop. The real question is, how do you break free? Well, the Vachnamrut's answer actually begins with a choice. And it illustrates this choice through the story of two very, very different kinds of devotees. It's really a question of how we choose to show up in the world. So, which do you think is better? Do you play it safe, stay on the sidelines, retreat from the world to avoid making any mistakes, or do you jump into the arena, actively serve, and risk messing up along the way? The Vachnamrut's answer here, it might actually surprise you. So the verdict is in, and it is crystal clear. The active devotee is considered superior. Now, why is that? Because the core message here is that true devotion isn't about maintaining some kind of perfect, flawless record. It's about doing. It's about engagement. Someone who tries, who serves, who gets their hands dirty, even if they're a little rough around the edges, is valued so much more than someone who just sits back, afraid to make a mistake. The goal is meaningful action, not flawless inaction. Okay, so if being active, if service is the path forward, what's the biggest roadblock? What's the one thing that's guaranteed to stop you in your tracks? The Vachnamrut points to a single, incredibly powerful obstacle. It calls it a poison, one that, honestly, many of us drink every single day without even realizing it. And this poison has a name: Avgun. Now, this isn't just about simple criticism. It's much deeper. It's the habit of fault-finding. It's like putting on a pair of glasses that are designed to only see the flaws in other people, especially in those we're supposed to look up to. It's a mindset that makes you an expert at spotting negativity and completely blind to all the goodness right in front of you. I mean, the imagery here is just so powerful, isn't it? Think about it. You've got a huge container of pure, healthy milk. Now imagine adding one single drop of a serpent's venom. What happens? The whole thing is instantly corrupted. It becomes useless, even deadly. And that's exactly what this habit of fault-finding does to us. It takes all of our good qualities, all our potential, and it just poisons the entire system from the inside out. And just to understand how serious this is, listen to this stark warning. The Vachnamrut states that the act of finding fault in a true spiritual guide is a greater sin than the 5 great sins, we're talking murder, theft, and the others, combined. Now, why? Why so extreme? Because this one single act, this criticism, it completely severs our connection to growth. It turns our greatest potential teachers into targets and just slams the door shut on our own progress. All right, so we've identified the poison. It's a scary thought. But what's the antidote? Thankfully, the Vachnamrut doesn't just leave us with the problem. It lays out a very clear, very actionable path to get back on track. The path of true devotion. And this antidote is built on 3 pillars that all support each other. First, you've got unwavering service. That means being that active devotee we were just talking about. This dedicated action then helps cultivate the second pillar, unwavering faith, a conviction so strong it can withstand any test. And both of these are protected by the third and most important pillar, unwavering humility. This is the mindset of a humble servant, not a judge, and it's the ultimate shield against that poison of fault-finding. The story of King Bali is just the perfect example of this in action. Here's a guy, a faultless king, and yet God, in disguise, takes everything from him. His kingdom, his freedom, all of it. But Bali's reaction, that's what's incredible. His devotion didn't crack. It didn't even bend. It actually grew stronger. And this is where the story has this amazing reversal.
His devotion became so pure, so powerful, that God himself became bound to the king, promising to be his eternal guardian. It just goes to show that faith that's been tested by fire, it creates a truly unbreakable bond.
So, where does this whole path lead? Active service, overcoming criticism, unwavering faith. It's not just about becoming a better person or a nicer person. It's about reaching the ultimate spiritual destination, a complete and total liberation of the soul.
This ultimate state is called Brahmrup, and it means total liberation. It's that moment when your soul finally realizes, hey, I'm not this body. I'm something eternal, something divine. You actually attain godlike qualities like pure bliss and knowledge. But here's the beautiful paradox. You remain eternally a servant. See, the goal isn't to become God. It's to become a perfect, liberated instrument for his service, finally free from that nagging ego that held you back for so long. And so we end up right back where we started, inside our own minds. The Vachnamrut says the doorway to the divine, the path to that liberation we just talked about, is right there, inside your own consciousness. But every door has to have a guard. So the final question is really for you. What's guarding your door? Is it the poison of a critical mind, constantly looking for faults and turning everything good away? Or is it a humble, faithful servant holding that door wide open?